people buy rappers and artists to come be a part of their brand, they give them money for loose and pay them to come be a part of them. We're not doing that.
They know they can't come and do it. He done that by himself. Y'all stay back. If I give you $100K right now, you told me you a hustler. You told me you a hustler.
$20,000 and told him to go do something right for himself. You know what he did?
What?
He spent it on Louis.
That's how it go, and I love that. I love that, brother. I love that, bro. I'm talking about, I love how I did this. Can't do nothing. I ain't got it. Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
It hurts though. It hurts.
Yeah, with the bad motherfuckers. Yeah. Say anything to it.
I'm just tired of being manipulated, and I'm a good, great-hearted person, and I'll do anything for anybody around me. So if you got to do that to come up, I'm cool.
They wonder why we don't have the same people around, or oh, where's your family, or where's this one? They done burnt. The bridge, it been gone. We was swimming across, still helping.
Gotta buy people. People come to us, and we make a relationship, and we do business.
Around when Wayne and Camron and all that shit were going on?
Yeah. I have a lot to do with that. Because I'm a very, like, I ain't gonna say easy, but I'm a fun person to deal with, I want to say.
I'll say this, I like myself, so I'm not changing for nobody.
Facts.
For nobody.
But see, here we go. But when we look at it, right? And for me, I'm saying that, and I'm standing on that. That's why I kept ownership. Like I had certain things happening where they wanted ownership, but it was a bigger bag, but it was an ownership play. So let's talk about that. How did y'all turn that down? How did y'all come to that position to turn that down?
Because we didn't want to do it from the first way.
Right.
So it's like,
what was the number? Was it a stupid number?
It wasn't like, we're not no sellouts.
Right.
So it couldn't have been a higher number. Like if it was a higher number, it would have been the same thing, because we ain't selling out. And like you just said, it comes to the time and point where you get so successful, you build your brand so high, where they come to you for you to sell out.
And I'm a Billy goat, so you know what that means. I need that Billy zeros behind that offer.
Right, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
But they, like I say, it's
to answer your question. Excuse me, I'm smoking shadow of gumbo right now. To answer your question, it's like me coming to you and offering you $1 million and you already a millionaire. You're gonna look at me like,
ain't gonna happen.
Look, you're gonna look at me like,
yeah.
What am I gonna do with that?
Dude,
ain't gonna happen. Yeah.
It's adding up to what you're offering.
Right.
It's just not making sense.
Right. Now, the thing is we stand on that because we come in operating with enough financial ability. Exactly, because they're saying that on the other side of that is financial freedom. So, man, do I need to squeeze through that hole? Do I need to?
But here's the thing. Let's teach people about being financially free. If you take a deal for $5 million, right, and you don't own your royalties and you don't get your points or however, I don't know how your business is structured, right? You got to remember, we already have a lifestyle. So I'm going to sell my business for 5-10 million. Now I have to stretch that 5-10 million. I'm 44 now for another 44 years. I done spent that 20
times. Yeah.
Like, so,
and people need to understand, taking that money locks the business up.
It's locking you into
a worker. Now
worker.
You work for the business instead of the business working for you.
You're on a budget, and I don't ball on budgets.
Right.
If I ain't got it, I ain't got it. But if I got it, I'm going.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's a different thing being a real trapper. Like I said, I'm the trapper's MVP.
Facts.
I know how to. I remember telling my white uncle. He said to me, because I took time off to have my daughter, and he said, "Aren't you concerned?" I said, "Man, I can make money anywhere. I'ma get to it no matter what. I'ma never be broke."
Facts.
Ever. My broke don't look like other people's broke. I had Range Rovers when I was broke.
Right. What did you from New York too?
I'm from Connecticut.
That's right there. Yeah. They cousins. Yeah.
But they're not like me.
Yeah, talk your shit then.
Zilla.
Yeah.
I'm like the last of the dying breed, really like a dinosaur, man. none before, none after. The things that I've done, I'm talking about my give back has been a motherfucker.
Nah, definitely. But also too, I speak for all the women
Not
that have
my
been.
get back. My give back has been impeccable.
But I have to speak for all the women that have stood behind and stood at the side of a man like Luka,
Right.
who have been equal partners, who take it to another level. We complement each other,
Facts.
so we're able to do that. And when you find that, they call us unicorns.
Yeah, because in this industry, again, it's like being in the woods. Like if you, that's another one like me, out here in the woods. Man, lock that in. That's a
There
serious.
would be no Tarzan if there wasn't Jane. You know what I mean?
Pop that shit.
There was no Adam without Eve.
Facts. Do you, I mean, how do y'all figure out how y'all brand stuff or partner with people? What makes y'all want to partner
to
with
us.
someone?
They come to us
We don't
and then
go
we
to
fill
people.
them out.
We don't go try to buy people. People come to us and we
Yeah.
make a relationship and we do business.
And people, you go through that with people saying you trying to buy people by when you
No
give
other
things.
people buy rappers and artists to come be a part of their brand. They give them money
culture vultures.
for loose
Yeah,
and pay
they're
them to
culture
come be a
vultures.
part of them. We're not doing
How
that.
many other faces, black people, y'all see on y'all level in this industry y'all in?
None.
Not a lot.
Does that concern y'all?
Yes.
That they want to box y'all out, or
Yes.
do y'all
Yes.
feel like y'all are boxed out?
Yes.
Yes. That's how we feel.
How do we change that?
I'm going to keep doing what I do. I'm going to keep Big
We're gonna
Gumbo
let
Bow.
yeah.
Get this shit across the world and make a difference. Change the trajectory.
We're gonna keep letting our work speak for us.
What's the process of getting gumbo in stores?
We have gumbo in stores, but you got to understand when a lot of these stores are owned by, certain people, they want to give you, pennies on a dollar.
And we're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
So y'all can, again, this is the hustler spirit.
Yes.
We can, hey, I'll handle it.
Yeah.
I ain't even going, because that
No,
devalues
no,
my
we-
profit margin,
yeah,
even
we-
sending it your way.
Yeah, we handle it.
Yeah.
And it always gets handled when we handle it.
What? So let's talk about, like, say if you make a $10, say if you on this, and I don't know the profit margins, but say this is a $25 profit margin on this bag. If you give this to a dispensary, what does that profit margin look like
So they
then?
gonna make this because they'll just buy.
They try to give you 10%. They try to give you 10%, which a lot of times, because now this is the schematics. It's not that bad right now because each city, state that you deal with has to grow it in that state. So these people are taking huge investments in growing your clones and growing your product.
Knowing that they're gonna sell it because it's a company named Gumbo.
Right, but they're taking all the financial risk.
Right.
So really,
So you really, it's like drop shipping T-shirts or something.
yeah. So really, for us now, at where we're at now, because of the way that the rules are and legislation, we're a marketing company.
It's like licensing deals.
Yeah, because we're licensing our genetics.
Right. Now, do you patent your strain?
Yeah, we have to.
What is that expensive? What does that look like? Is that expensive
Yeah,
process?
and it's a long process. One
And that's
of
what a
our
lot
patents
people-
took 2
that's-
years.
That's what a lot of people lose because they get these licenses and then they don't have the faloof. They don't have the money to back them to do what they need to do with it.
What's the money? What amount? Just a ballpark.
Ballpark figure to have a dispensary in New Jersey. I was just talking to a girl that needs help is 1.5. They
What a-
give you these licenses because you had cannabis crimes, or you might, have,
Yeah, it's game involved in this
Yeah,
license
it's-
shit.
yeah.
They playing games with this license thing. So
But shout out to Redman because he actually is working with the state of New Jersey to
Him and
give
his sister.
grants. Him and his sister to give grants to people to help them cultivate their licenses. So there are, our brothers and sisters out there using their platforms and their celebrity for the right reasons.
we have me and my uncle own a spot over here in Germantown. It used to be Salem Town, used to be full of bloods over there. When we got over there, it was like that, the ghetto. Now it's top of the line. It's on Forbes.
Yeah,
Yo.
yeah.
But it's top of the line. It's on Forbes as far as like one of the fastest growing communities
Well,
in America.
gentrification is is what is just the way that, you know, the U.S. does it. You know, they
Right.
take areas that are very well cultured, have a lot of what is the word I'm looking for? Like New Orleans, you know, like those
Yeah.
places. Eventually, they'll take that over too because it has such historical reference. You know, people want. We are the culture, and then people come and they want to take that.
Right.
You know, it happens over and over again. It's not surprising. They look at Brooklyn.
Right, and that's an example. Down here, right, we didn't sell, but the point I'm making is when it started to blow up, when that transition happened, because at first they move all the black people in the ghetto,
Yeah.
which is in the inner city. Then
Yeah.
they figure out, well, damn, we work downtown, which is the inner city. Let's move them out of the inner city,
Right.
where we're closer to our jobs,
Right.
They like to walk and ride
Yeah.
bikes and certain things to work, and so now they thinking, damn, we put them in the wrong spot. They come through the inner city gentrifying, and they offer these low level checks, 100K, 200K.
Right.
People cash out and leave. Them same properties are now worth $1 million.
That's a fact.
You see what I'm saying? So it's crazy how the game is being played, and I'm wondering in cannabis or in flower, with the licensing side of it, is there games being played where people are selling out or people are moving too fast because
Yeah.
opportunity?
Because they ain't
And
got
what
the
should
money
people do to stay down?
If they ain't got the money to do it, just hold your license.
Yeah, just
It's gonna
hold
be
your
worth more.
license.
So you can have a license and be non-productive in the market, like
You
have
can
nothing
hold-
going on.
You can
File
hold
for the
your
license.
Look at people hold liquor licenses all the time.
We
And
don't
then-
know that. Black people don't know this
Well,
though.
people hold licenses to things all the time, and there's only a certain amount of licenses that go out. And guess what? If you don't have the money to cultivate that license and you really didn't have any interest in being in the business anyway, hold on to that license, because sooner or later they're going to make this all legal and all bankable, and a hedge fund's going to come buy you
Right.
for the
So-
big bag.
So the process in flower is get you a product, get it patent, get you a license. Like, what is the process to be a gumbo?
You need to market. You need to go ahead and develop your strain. You know, get your own phenos, get your own clones. You know, own your genetics, because licensing your genetics is gonna be the way to go.
But how much for street dudes or just people in the street? How much, just a ballpark number, to own your genetics and get a license?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It won't cost you a lot if you put in the work of your company.
That's dope
and
to
you
know.
Make it a household
That's dope
name.
to know.
You know, you got to start with a brand. Let's be serious. There's a lot of brands out here that are not better than something you could buy in a mom and pop, but the
Facts.
branding that they did, and they kept going with it, it turns into diamond.
Now you say that you know a lot of rappers, but you don't buy rappers. How do you leverage your relationship with them? You say it's organic. They just enjoy the gumbo, or what's that about?
I'll answer that because realistically, a lot of rappers, not a lot, there's a good amount of rappers that like designer weed. And gumbo is designer weed. Gumbo is like this. You got people that trap, right? And they sell bud.
But they don't smoke their bud.
But they don't smoke that. They smoke gumbo. You understand what I'm saying? You could go to a bar, everybody in there's drinking whatever tequila that's behind the bar. You know what I'm saying? But there's only a certain amount of people drinking Clase Azul or
Right.
drinking 1942
Right.
or Del Dia, which is Moneybags brand,
Right.
that costs more.
Right.
But they're real drinkers. You know, they're not gonna put no ice cube in it. They're not gonna water it down. They might have a chaser on the side. But if you're a real connoisseur of something, you want the real thing.
Facts. How did y'all even meet James?
A chubby baby.
Shout out to my boy Chubby.
Yeah, chubby baby.
Shout out to Chubby Baby.
Shout out to brother. He the one plugged me with you know, in this industry, man, certain people can just plug you with certain things. Just like, yo.
Yeah, Chubby's a dot connector.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
like, yo, man, y'all don't know, like, shh. It's just
Yeah.
easy. You know what I mean? I appreciate him
Yeah,
and
Chubby's been my
Bruggs and
brother
certain
for over
people.
30-something years. You know, we shit, like,
Shout out to
childhood
Mary.
friends, man. You know, we went to school together, and now, you know, we made it together.
Right.
Just like we was in a dump together, we up together.
Facts.
So big shout out to Chubby Baby and Mary, my sister. They out there in Atlanta.
Right. Was you around when Wayne and Camron and all that shit were going on?
Yeah. I had a lot to do with that.
You ain't got what you had to do with it. Talk to me about
there.
that.
I was the nigga that brought people around. I brought Wayne around Cam and them. Cam and them was my little bros. You feel me? So I just made the connection like that.
I fuck with Cam. You know, in the South, we fucked with Cam, and Wayne needed that at that point.
Yeah.
He needed that, like that alley oop to the New York thing, cause it was like a wall there.
Yeah, it ain't no disrespect, right? But like, and a couple of people here can vouch for that. People always, they were listening to Lil Wayne, but when he started hanging with me, it was a difference. Like, they was hearing them now. Like, all right, we was listening to you before, shorty, but now we know your shit is stamped by the bro.
Right.
So we know you official with it. You feel
Right.
me? And that's just like the type of relationship that I've always had.
But it's interesting you bring up Camron and Lil Wayne because those are two guys that always reinvent themselves too. They always reinvent
Talk
themselves.
about
Look
branding.
at Cam with his podcast situation.
they
Look
smoking
at
it.
Wayne, he came out with Nicki and all that. Like, these guys really reinvent themselves. So
Yeah.
when you see them, you know, they're not as disgruntled as a lot of the
And
rappers.
it's funny that you say that too, because just the other day, Capito, N.O. Capo sent me something from Lil Wayne, and it was just the credits from the Carter album. And he said, yo, bro, I want you to see this is crazy. You know, that Lil Wayne was talking about you and Shay Shay and Cam and Jim and
Yeah.
everybody. And I'm on a lot of people's credits. Luka Brasi, you're balling but you're hooping sloppy, ask Luka Brasi. Luka Braca, he a nuisance, Papa. Shua Kukaracha Rata, you Abdul Blagata. You know, all of these different rappers, Joel Santana, Jim Jones, Camron, Lil Wayne, they all were talking about me. Like, I was the guy. You get it? Like, they called me the Gooch back then, like the invisible bully. Like, you know, I had a lot of power and authority in the street. I had a lot of street credibility. And if you wanted to be a rapper or a gangster, or you was Sue Wooing, you was fucking with me.
Yeah.
'Cause you was coming to New York. And you was literally fuck a check, and you were coming to be around me for me to navigate you through the city.
But now Gumbo
through the
has
jungle.
its own song that is going crazy. A lot of one of the
Shout
artists.
off Gumbo.
Shout off Gumbo.
I heard that song.
YTB
Oh,
Fat.
yeah, he smoked
YTB
that.
Fat.
Shout out.
That get back a
Fat
motherfucker.
Wizard.
Yeah.
Money Baggyo. Like
Yeah.
you said, they put on for the brand.
That's what I'm saying. That's
So, you know, it's a reciprocal relationship, man. You know, it's not parasitic, it's symbiotic.
Shout out.
Everybody benefits off of the organism that we made, which is gumbo, and everybody eats. Everybody eats off of gumbo.
It's a beautiful thing. I can respect that. What made you rap the bus?
Oh, money bag, my
Yeah,
boy,
money
man.
bag your bus.
That's my brother.
That's
He
good
on
brand.
tour, guess what? I'm gonna promote and push his tours to the best of my ability, or whatever I can add on and do to it. That's what I'm gonna do.
And
that's
he
what I was
and
telling
he
you about the relationship.
pushes our brand as well. We push each other.
Every time I see him, he got something on Gumbo.
Yeah.
I ain't
We
gonna lie.
push
He be
each
mad if he
other.
ain't got gumbo,
Yeah, every time I see him, he got something. Now, he used to be designer. He still go get fly, but when you really see him most time, he branding now. That's how you know the mindset shift.
Yeah, mindset
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, the mindset. You can
I'ma
see it in
brand-
real
I'ma brand
time.
Loaf Boys, and I'm gonna brand Bread Gang the same way.
On our radio station, we have a radio show on Hot 97 in New York
Flytrap
City,
Radio every
Flytrap
Monday night.
Radio.
Shut up.
12
Every
to 2.
Monday night. And we played that song to death, and it really caught on. It caught on. But to be in the South and see how everybody knows every word,
Yeah,
It's
it's different. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, you
it's
able to
just-
see, oh, it's
Yeah.
impact. That ain't just a
Yeah.
record. It's
No,
impact
man.
behind
no,
that.
no. That's
These
impact.
guys
Yeah.
these guys are the truth.
These boys
you know?
are working, man.
They're working hard.
And that's a thing, man. Like, is tour life hard for y'all? Y'all love
because
it?
we've been doing this shit.
Yeah.
So we just look at the young kids like, yeah, you know, let's hope they last and, you know, show them what to do and what not to do and help them out with their performances and stuff like that.
It actually made me understand that we've always been on tour. Like, I didn't realize we were on tour.
You like, oh, this just regular life for us.
We always moving and shaking.
Right,
so, like, now there's a name to it. Oh, this is called tour.
Right, and some shit you can write off if it's done right. Yeah,
it's a whole lot to write off.
And that's what I respect.
Expensive.
Yeah, it is. And then even the bus, the wrapping of the bus is something that, yo, this is an expense. This is a marketing expense. This is business.
So many expenses. In this.
Yeah. Like even gifting, corporate gifting. Like people don't understand. Like when you even see me, you want me to come through the ghetto with that chain. Yo, I just put this on a nigga on camera on YouTube. This is a marketing commercial. I can write this off. Half of this going to the tax thing.
Oh, it's written off.
Yeah, it's like, come on, like pay attention. But again, that perception, we got to kill the understanding, because they'll see you give a chain away or see me give this away or that away and not understanding what that is. You know, that's more than just what it looks like.
Then you got family members that think that you supposed to give them $1 million because you gave chains away to people that are help marketing a product. It's a business. This is a part of it.
Oh my goodness.
This is a part of it. And then what I really want to ask people when they ask us for this for money, 20 grand or 150,000 or $1 million, what are you really gonna do with that money? Stop it.
Right. If you didn't know how to get it, how you know how to keep it?
But preach.
And then I even go to the hood right now. They know not to. Listen, man, I love how I done this thing. I love how I hustled. You see, can't nobody pull up. Ain't no knocking on no door. They know they can't come at dude. He done that by himself. Y'all stay back. That's how it go, and I love that. I love that, brother. I love that, bro. I'm talking about. I love how I did this.
Look, when I say no, when I look you in your eyes,
can't do nothing.
I ain't got it.
Exactly.
You looking at this
shit? Yeah.
It hurts though. It hurts.
Yeah, with the bad motherfuckers. Yeah. Ain't nothing a nigga say.
It hurts when you have to let the people go. When you want more for other people than they want for themselves, and it happens over and over again, it's so hard, especially for people like me and Luka, because we're givers. We're not takers, we're givers. It's so hard. It hurts us to our core when we really have to walk away. It's the hardest thing that we do, is have to walk away, but you have to self-preserve.
Right.
If I keep giving you,
right. I ain't got nothing for me. And you know what, even with what I was just saying to you is, it's so interesting because it creates a barrier. When you really hustle like I did and you did it yourself for real, you was a boss, they really know it's like, damn, I really can't go to them. Like, and if I do, I gotta go super sympathize. I gotta go wide open, daddy down. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go lights on.
It's funny that you said that, because we were just talking the other day about sympathy, and we said, yo, you know what, bro? Because we're at a time and point where we done, successfully came here thus far by many, many losses and trials and tribulations. So we off that, right?
So many.
We're not being sympathetic for people. And we looked at each other and we said, damn, did we just say that? And we say, yeah, fuck it, yes.
Yeah.
We're not being sympathetic for people.
It's fucked up.
Because if you didn't learn by your mistakes.
When I'm in a Suburban and I'm on tour and I'm going to the next state and I don't want to get on the bus, I don't want to get on the plane, and it's just me and the dog in the car and the driver and the security, that's it. And you see 2 rows open in the back, and you come up to the car and say, hey, can I get in? And I say, no, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just teaching you that I'm having no sympathy.
Right. And then I know for a fact, another thing, I know you ain't willing to do what I done to get this.
Not even that.
I know this.
Not only that you ain't do what I do to get it, but you might have done something that's going to jeopardize everything that I have being lost in 1 second.
No, but not even that. I done already gave you so much that you should have flipped and bounced that so big that I can't even give you no more.
It's crazy because the people you come up with, they say that it's too much for you to ask them to be who they say they are. Because if I give you $100K right now, you told me you a hustler. You told me you a hustler.
Motherfucker, $20,000 and told him to go do something right for himself. You know what he did?
What?
He spent it on Louis.
See? See what I'm talking about?
Look,
How can I even?
So how can I?
And then you spending my money how I wouldn't
Hold
spend
on.
my money.
How can I be sympathetic with you when you just told me, or I told you I was gonna do something to better you as a person?
And you splurge with it. But again, just be who you say you are, brother. So when you come at me and you need 20 because you just a beggar, just say, Loon, I'm a beggar. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got no hustle. Don't come at me saying, man, I need one more shot. I got them nigga ass this time. If you can just put me in the game one more time, I got them. And I put you in the game and you right back in that same spot. You ain't the hustler you say you is.
You would never were.
That's what I'm saying. And so I think we done mastered, even in our community, in the culture, we done mastered some kind of trickery. It's some kind of weird games that's being played with this shit, man. It's like, yo, they'll say anything to it.
I'm just tired of being manipulated, and I'm a good, great-hearted person, and I'll do anything for anybody around me. So if you got to do that to come up, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to have that type of relationship.
And then they wonder why we don't have the same people around, or oh, where's your family, or where's this one? And they done burnt, the bridge. It been gone. We was swimming across, still helping.
That's dope.
They done burnt the water under the bridge.
God damn, the water
bridge,
on fire.
The canal is
He
gone.
said the water on fire under the bridge. The water under the bridge
over.
on fire.
It's
Man, them folks, they're rotten, man.
Yo.
But then, you got a person like my wife that she looks, she be like, damn.
They're rotten, man.
Yo.
But then, you got a person like my wife that she looks, she be like, damn, how this person fucked you over? You have a PhD in the street. So just experience is the best teacher. I don't claim to be no type of professor. I ain't no type of oracle. I'm just here for the masses, man. If you could grasp a jewel from me, I'm gonna give it to you. And if I could give you an opportunity to make some money, I'm gonna do that for you as well.
You caught your time in New York.
In PA, I was like,
Why does all the New York niggas I know catch their time in PA?
Let me tell you what happened. I was exactly an hour away from where I was going to.
So you was on the move.
Off on the highway,
Yeah.
falling asleep smoking, get pulled over. Trooper pulls me over. I get out the car. He letting me go. And as soon as I get back to the car to get back in, he said, hey, let me ask you a question. You mind if I search the trunk? It smells like, I smell some dope. I said, dope? He was talking about the weed. And I said, no, go ahead. And he searched the joint, and boom, he found the weed and backed me down. He get against the car. And then the lady that was inside the car had real dope on her, and she straight gave it to him. And that was the end of my career right there. But like I said, it bettered me as a person. Look at me now. I needed to lose everything to gain knowledge of self. And this is what every man fucks.
What's your feeling? What's the women's feeling on snitching, on a guy snitching?
My whole thing is this. This is what the black community and Latino community, what the community doesn't understand. If you're gonna do something, know the laws behind it. Know the time that comes with it. I'm half Italian and half black. There's no snitching. There's none of that. Like my grandmother would be like, my white grandmother would be like, he hit you. Who you telling on? It came from both sides. You know what I mean? So like, if you're gonna do something, that's what you chose to do. If you wanted to be a part of something that catapulted you to success, and that's how you felt you needed to get there, guess what? That decision put you in and jammed you up. But that's the risk that you took.
Right.
Now you're gonna jam somebody else up from their family, from their life. But
right.
you knew what you were getting yourself into.
Right. And see, I come from like my mama and them ain't gonna accept me if I can't. I've been told long. Yeah, I come from there. I've been told long, so I really got a feeling towards it. But again, I'm in this industry doing business. I see that this industry don't care about that.
Nah, they don't care.
They really don't care about. It's certain days that around if there's money, but seeing is compromised integrity just to get another.
Money's not good money.
They compromise their integrity, Loon? Because there never was any integrity to start with.
Facts. That was their representative. That was their motherfucking.
But also too, it has a lot to do with. I don't want to get too deep, but the way that the government has set this up, the projects, making people feel complacent in this place. Now look, they're buying out the projects and making them high-rise buildings,
Condos, co-ops.
like you said before.
They moving them out of the project.
moving them, and now they're
Apartments up
moving
to
you.
$300.
So they made you complacent, and your whole family's from this project, and y'all don't, have the best of jobs, and you really, you had it, you were comfortable. Now they're getting rid of you from there. When are we as a people gonna learn, like, no, we need to support each other, we need to support each other's businesses, and we need to teach each other financial freedom.
Facts.
Because until we have financial freedom, we're never gonna be free.
Right. Here's the other trick bag they put you in with the real estate gentrification. They come and give you $200,000, and in the market at that time it costs $205,000 to move. So not only did you sell the home you own, you now have to.
You can't buy anything.
You can't buy a house with that money.
Except something really small. You're downsizing now for what you sold your situation for.
And it's the same with the company. Yeah. It's like, yo, if you go and sell Gumbo, now I work for them, and if things don't go right, one thing we got in our culture is the ability to recover.
Yes.
That's why we can go do time and get out and recover. That's why Nick can get hit, take a L, and get back, hawk you niggas back down.
We pivot like crazy.
So I think that our ability to recover keeps us and our businesses in a position to at any moment be able to hit that extra gear. But if we put it in the hands of people that don't come from the culture, they don't know what to do with a punt return. They ain't never been in this game. They don't know they don't know how to, they don't know how to get up through there, and we do. So I could appreciate y'all not selling y'all brand and standing by it. You know what I'm saying? What kind of money do y'all want to talk about? Some money that was offered, or it don't matter to me? If it was $100 million,
it wasn't enough.
Don't even matter.
It
All right,
wasn't enough.
let me put it to you like this, right? How much they trying to offer us right now with no artists?
Oh, a lot. Over 100.
Over 100,000, over 100 million with no artists, right? Over, I said, right?
Fire.
To give
Why
us
the
a
hell
record deal.
would I sell my brand, and they're trying to give me a record deal for Gumbo Records for over 100 M's? Just think about that.
What company y'all working with? One of the big boys?
2, 3, 4, the big boys.
Yeah.
Biggest.
The biggest, the largest. But we so humble, we ain't even on it like that. Look, we ain't out here, look, we out here making noise, but we could be out here really turning shit upside down.
We've had other cultures come to us to give us big checks too, but I know how they play. So if we're gonna go with them and they come correct, we need to really be on top of our business, because all money's not good money, and also you don't want to take that money where you feel a foot on your neck either.
Right.
You could take a whole bunch of money, but that foot.
Y'all ever? Yeah, it's man, and they'll leave it there. They ain't even thinking about you. They'll leave that foot right there on your motherfucking ass. Yeah. Have y'all always agree on all business decisions? Anything you wanted to do, he didn't, but it worked, or vice versa?
I think that.
It was a lot of stuff that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think that we agree and disagree, but we always reason. And if I give him the reason why I think it's not a good idea, or that I think it is beneficial and a good idea, he'll hear me out, and then he'll give me his side, and then we meet in the middle.
Do you trust his experience?
I do. I definitely trust his experience. And I feel like because I'm I am educated, I have my marketing degree and my merchandising degree, he listens to me when it comes to like corporate business. Right,
your wheelhouse, and that's where the respect come in. There, it's like, yo, babe, I'm telling you this, we going this way with that one, and then you might say, on the marketing side, we need the XYZ, and that's the vibe. That's where we going.
But it's also about knowing the pros and cons of yourself. I know I'm not good at what he's good at, and he knows that he's not good at what I'm good at. I might be mediocre at what he's good at. He might be a little bit better than mediocre. But we trust each other to be, the head of what we do.
Right.
Different departments.
Same for you, Luke. Same thing. Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask y'all about.
There has been times where she's made a decision, or we both made a decision to go with her decision, and it didn't go the way that was planned. But then, like I said, business is the best teacher. Experience on the business. So it wasn't a right or wrong thing. It was just that it didn't go the way we anticipated it. And that's what people got to respect to understand what business is. Saying business, when you come into business, right, you can actually like put money into something or invest, and it may not even come back, because that's what business is, and everybody don't understand that. Like, people think, all right, I put 100,000 into this, I'm gonna get 100,000 back. You might not even get 10, 15,000 back. But if you're dealing with good business people and that are structured on how to do it, you might recover 250, 300 from that 100.
And that's the thing, our ability to recover.
But also, too, you know, we don't come from a culture that we spent $500,000 on college educations, right? So a lot of these losses is our college education to not do it again. And that's why I think they say between the years of 40 and 55 is when you make your most money.
Right.
Because you done been through so much
You done racked
stuff.
up experience. Yeah.
Been through so much stuff, been on your face so
Right.
many times.
Right.
that
Because you
you're
done
like-
fucked it up a million times. I know I have, man. Then, like, I still sometimes be making, like, again, just with legal money. Because all my money, I ain't never peeked my head out the trap, ever, about nothing. Didn't have to, didn't want to, didn't need to. I ain't never peek out, dog. Done nothing legal. We got into real estate. That shit was just like, yo, we can't keep a good tenant. So really, that's money just sitting over there till we got into transitional homes. That changed everything for my understanding of real estate. But to see I'm over here with legal money, it's like it's a different responsibility with this money.
Yeah, it is.
It ain't the same
And
thing.
people don't understand that.
Yeah,
The taxes.
that'll whoop you. A million ain't a million. When you in these meetings, they saying we'll offer you 3 million. That ain't shit.
Yeah,
that's
that's
1.5.
1.5.
Yeah, it's like that ain't doing
They don't
nothing.
even understand that, though.
And then don't let me not understand the game with the put the car in the business and all. Don't let me go really buy a car out the 1.5 and go start buying shit not under the business. Like, you know, now I'm broke. I just sat my company over and I'm broke.
For nothing.
Yeah. And so again, it ain't even just, we got it so bad in the ghetto, man. I got the meanest hustle. I know how to hustle. Like, we got that part. This shit is a 2-step process. You got to know how to hustle and maintain.
And also, too, to teach people about finances, if you bought your car underneath the business, it's an asset of the business, and guess what? You can always sell that car. And then when you sell it, you might have to pay some taxes on it.
Right.
But you might know where to register it where you don't have to pay taxes
Right,
on it.
right.
There's a lot of different things. And that's why I say building your wheelhouse is the most important thing. Having a great lawyer and great accountants. You know, these are things that you definitely have to pay for.
And that's another thing. We do not want to pay coming out the street or just
we
first
don't.
time running into some money.
Yeah,
we
we
don't
don't
want
wanna
to say,
pay.
well, damn, they saying 3 million. That's 1.5 to Uncle Sam. Then dude who structured the deal get a dime. He get 10% off for it. Then the lawyer get a 10.
Yeah.
Then it's some nigga in the back eating, talking about he the producer or some shit. We don't know. He get a 5%. But it's like they whooping you because you don't know.
Yeah,
So
and that's the most important thing too. You gotta run the numbers. You gotta run the numbers. Just
and you
like
got to pay
ran
the
them-
people who gonna look at
Yeah.
them numbers
Yup,
on
and
the
you-
front end, cause you gonna
Yeah.
pay for it on the back end.
You're definitely gonna pay for it.
You gonna hate everybody. You used to be a hell of a rapper. Now you hate everybody. You can't even come up with nothing no more. You mad at the world because you feel as though they doing you wrong. But now, man, they negotiated a deal.
And you ain't read that contract.
Facts. So it's so many layers to business that I just think people don't understand. Also with the car game is if it's over certain pounds, I think certain amount of pounds, then you can write it off almost dollar for dollar. So it's like you get into that area. I talk to people like QCP and shit like that, and I be trying to talk to him about, is they sharing the tax game though? Trick us in the just hustle. Is they sharing the I know you up at now where they'll whoop you with the taxes. I done saw Master P go do things where it's like you have so much money and they pencil whoop you.
Yeah.
Your hustle was still intact. So they'll make you, do you understand that you could be a nigga with your hustle still intact and be broke?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with your hustle. You still got the same connections. You the same person. It's just that shit don't work no more. Ain't no information attached to
But
it.
how about this? I see that you're well educated and you understand what's going on. So in the position, we have a presidential election coming.
Yes.
Do you stick with the Democrats who basically are more incarcerating our people and triple taxing us, even hired a force of people to look into us to tax us more? Or do you go with a Donald Trump who basically feels the same way as Biden does, but Biden acts like he likes black people, right? But Trump will tell you how it is. Look, I'm gonna let you get your money, do what you got to do, but I don't want to go to dinner with you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Don't bring them to the gym type thing.
What we have to figure out what is best for our community.
Yeah, and when you get in a different tax bracket, your interests change. So for me, I'm interest based voting, and I don't think black people do enough rallying at this point to really affect things. I think that we are present. I think we're trying, but I think the lack of information allows us not to be effective. Really, we don't really understand our power. So we kind of all over the place in regards to.
We definitely don't understand our buying power,
right?
Because we're the ones that make everything hot,
right?
So
anything and everything.
Everything. We are the culture.
We turn it on and off. We can turn some shit off too. Like we can make it not cool.
Let's be real. Who would the Kardashians be without Kanye and Ray J and this one and that one? Sometimes people that are of a different color, ethnicity, have to come next to us to catapult to where they are.
Right, because they know how to use our likeness in a way that we don't.
And they're educated in a different way.
Right, so they know how to look at black culture. Somebody like Kanye, one thing I will give to him though is he's always been someone that knew his power. Like from outside of the clothing industry, kind of like what we're doing. Like me, from outside of that industry podcast shit, I'm going to get $1 million deals and saying fuck all you niggas because you weird to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then if it's certain people that's slandering women and certain things, I ain't standing by that, and I ain't acting like I'm standing by it. I don't need a post on your page. I'm cool. Yeah. They play me in the trenches, homie.
Yeah.
They don't even listen to podcasts. The niggas that listen to me don't even listen to no other podcast, and I say that respectfully to the rest of the podcast. I'm saying because the kind of game I give, the kind of shit we talk about is just different. Yeah. But I think that if we don't share the game, if we don't sit down and have these conversations, we don't understand. But Kanye West always understood from outside the industry. He would say, "Oh, Disney, I'm this. I know what culture is, and I got culture." Yeah. That's what y'all doing with Gumbo. That's what I'm doing with podcasts. We got culture.
Fact. That's a fact.
That's a certified.
And that's what they can't buy.
And one thing for sure, two things for certain. We make sure we tell that and we rub that in their face every trip. We are the culture.
Facts.
We let them know that.
Man, well, y'all out here on this Money Baggyo tour, man, we had a really good conversation. We're going to do this again.
Thank you for having us.
We're going to do this again.
Thank you so much for having us.
And I have a, I'm going to have to get y'all locked in some kind of way. I have a live show every month, what I do with, brands and I do at TSU campus. So I make it a free show for all the TSU students.
Anytime.
And they come through and I get maybe whoever I am, come talk to the kids, let them know entrepreneur. We might kick it about hot topics.
It don't matter.
Know what I mean? But we laying that down for the people, man, just for free. That's my contribution to the city because I made it so far. And I feel as though I want to just kind of give them something to do on the campus here.
Yeah, we would love that. Also, I want to shout out Melissa Sessoms for putting us together.
Man, shout out to Melissa. Yeah.
Total Access Talent.
Yeah, she been making calls for me. She like, Loon, I got some shit I want to do with you, so we gonna lock her in and put her a part of the team. Like, me again.
People. We used to be business partners.
For real?
Yeah, 20 years ago.
Shout out.
Business partner. We did a lot of, we used to be the publicist for Po' Boy Entertainment. Yep, for Flo Rida and Rick Ross and Jackie O.
Shout out to all them. Yeah. They hustling good, boy. Flo Rida got him a 100-piece the other couple months ago. Yeah.
Honey bomb.
Yeah, he doing shit. And Ross a mean hustler.
Yeah, always.
Ross was it? Yeah. Yeah, Flo doing this shit, but Ross a mean motherfucker too.
Yeah. Shout out Ross.
Ross rapping planes on niggas now.
Biggest boss.
You know something about Ross that, because this whole game is a case study for me. When I look at Ross, I say, these niggas used to compete with him till they knew it wasn't no competition.
Well, Ross is a little different because Ross's holdings in real estate and businesses is a whole.
And that's what I mean. I'm from a hustle standpoint.
Yeah.
I got 50 little restaurants. I got this going, that going. You know what I'm saying? Because I think some with the stop. Got too many irons in the fire. We got to teach our people to put irons in the fire, put charcoal on the grill. You know what I mean?
You know what Ross has? Ross has a sister that's an accountant. So,
information on his side.
So they're a good team, that family. They have a really good family structure.
Right. Well, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all go kick it at this tour.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? We gonna lock in. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all take that game and do something with it. Let's get it.